ManversationsNow, you heard? Go ahead and look that up.
Make sure I look good. You know the vibes, man. ManversationsNow, it's Mr. Nice Guy, you heard? But y'all here? Well, first of all, this is episode 4. You heard? Episode 4. What you hearing right now is my guy, good friend, family, brother, you feel me? B. Diddy, the team Get It In, you dig? I can find this on SoundCloud, you know? B. Diddy featuring Asia Marie. Mixtape about to drop. I think that's off the Zero Tolerance mixtape. So you know, this is something that I'm incorporating now, right? Make my own soundtrack, throw it in the joint, and we go from there, you feel me? If you know, you know. If I feel like it, I feel like it. If I don't, I don't. You feel me? But let's see, where we gonna start with this, man? Let's start from how everybody doing today, man. Hope everybody doing good, man. On my end, it's looking kind of rainy out there, but you know, make for a perfect storm, okay? So once again, this is episode 4. I want to take a brief moment to shout out, you know, a couple of other situations that I'm a fan of. So starting with Kick, keeping it current, you feel me? That's another podcast. As far as a woman's perspective is concerned, the young sister, she's very talented. I don't know per se her what's her handle, like for the internet and shit. So on Facebook it's Spirit Brat or Kick. Look up Kick, keeping it current, you know. And the name is speak for itself. I'm assuming that, you know, she big up and keeping people current on what's going on out here locally, you feel me? Once again, that's keeping it current. That's on Facebook, I'm sure. Google that shit, you feel me? We just did Mr. Nice Guy. We, you know, made a collab as usual. Always trying to collab with Paya Sound Giver. You know? Shout out to Dutch Vader, DJ Dutch Vader. He got his own stream going, you feel me? And
we got Solo over
He's
here.
a nice guy, man. Don't listen to him. He be, you know, he get it. But he's a nice guy, what?
Manversations Invasion. Matter of fact, we doing this first half online.
that's on Twitch. That's on a couple of platforms. Like, he do a lot with the gaming and shit. I'm a fan of it when I ain't getting my ass beat in certain games, you feel me? Cause we like losing all the time. Shout out to 40D's music production sneaker store. That's on Shenango Street out in Binghamton. Got some fly shit, you feel me? Yeah, throughout the episode, that's what I'm gonna do. Whenever the thought drop in my mind about whoever, I'm gonna mention it, you feel me? But public service announcement. It's for all the fathers out there, you heard? Keep it on the eye. Me, I wasn't always like the best of dad. I wasn't dad material. I probably am still not dad material. But what made it worth it was seeing my kids grow. Because when I was younger, I was, you know, moving and grooving. And I really didn't be in my kids' life as much as I wanted to. Opposed to now, you know, I was blessed enough to be able to pick up where I left off at in that situation after all of the time had passed. Once again, if you know, you know. But I say that to say, I cherish the moments, man. I got a son, I got a daughter, and watching them grow. I've been there with them since they came out the womb. You feel me? So it's like for me, seeing them grow and all that, I don't know, something just changed in me to make me want to be a better person for them. Most importantly, I never really fully respected all the things that a mother had to do. Work, social life, home life, like that is a big plate to be trying to maneuver with. So, you know, because I didn't understand it, I didn't really have too much respect for it. And then I had to play from one time or another the dad mom role, you know, like soccer dad type shit. And it gave me a better understanding as well as a better respect for what women do, what parents do, you know, just coming from that standpoint of experience. So shout out to all the moms out there, single mothers especially, who gotta put on both caps and still find a balance with raising their kids, you know. Y'all are definitely appreciated, acknowledged, you know, and I just wanted to give y'all flowers. But back to the dads, man. That was my moment to share with you guys on what made being a dad worth it. Because most of the time it's all bad, man. I ain't gonna hold you. You're underappreciated. You gotta learn patience. You gotta be, you know, compassionate, empathetic, meeting everybody halfway. And a lot of the times, you know, you get lost in the sauce because, like, where's all of that energy reciprocated for you, right? As dads, I'm just here to tell you, it don't matter, bro. It don't matter. Whatever you gotta tell yourself, because these kids need us, man. They need us just here. You feel me? Just here, bro. And on top of that, they need us to be in the best position possible to just guide them through life, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's probably like the biggest accomplishment I take from that is at one point seeing my kids reap the benefits, all the sacrifices I put in for them out of love, because they didn't ask to be here. You feel me? So, if you gotta bite a bullet, dads, I know it's tough, the baby mother, y'all wasn't together. Like, and that's another thing too, bro. I'm learning, yeah, if you really trying to be in your kids' life, shit, that don't take away from the people who actually are making it work without having to be together. But for the most part, y'all know who y'all are, and this is who that's for. You know you're gonna have to bite a bullet, bro. Hold it down. What's more important? You having your sanity and your kids not being in your life as much as you would like, or you holding it down, being the head of the household, being a man of the house, and dealing with it for the kids' sake. We gotta put ourselves to the side at some point. You feel me? And this is for people who've never done it. You know, like, honestly. Or maybe you struggle with it. You dig what I'm saying? Like, cut it out now. Because as a result, these kids is showing, you know, where they're not getting what they need. And, you know, we could speak on the moms all day and how emotional they are and how they get the two confused and how they put themselves first before the kid. All that shit. But what makes us any better than them? If we partaking in the actions that's not going to be beneficial for our kids, bro. So, you know, think about it, bro. Think about it. Because our kids need us. You feel me? You know, so, once again, man, I want to get back into this. This is on the formula. The formula by Baldini and RZA the Blade. Once again, all of this is on SoundCloud. You heard? These are the tracks I decided to let play while I talk my shit. Hopefully y'all hear it. It's loud enough. If not, that should be like the perfect balance. I just turned up a little bit more. But I don't want the shit to drown me out, and I don't want to drown out the song. Right. So, just keep that in mind, man. So y'all seen that whole Cardi B Offset situation? I'm not going to stay on this topic for too long because I'm not really that important. I don't know these people. But it's just crazy, man. Shout out to Cardi, baby. Maybe me, maybe you. I don't know. But whatever. You feel me? That's for another. I do look, I ain't got all that money. I ain't got that Offset money, but I got something that's like priceless. You get what I'm saying? Sense of self, love of self. So, keep that in mind. Offset, I don't know. I don't really know, bro. I just threw that out there just to throw that out there, bro. Like, I don't really care. You dig? You know me, I'm an opportunist when it's, feasible. So, shout out to that situation. Hopefully, they are able to divorce and it's not like all messy and it's not all out there for the public to see to affect these kids, man. We really gotta think about these kids more, bro. Facts. Really do. Wherever they was at for the Texans Chiefs game where they booed these niggas, fuck y'all. You did? And fuck everybody who had that mind frame of, football is the only place that we can go where it's no, political interference. You dig? Like, I get that. I do understand that. For those who are just diehard sports fans. But here's the thing, and then I hate people who say too, a lot of these athletes, they don't have to deal with none of this shit that your average person have to deal with. So why are they even partaking in a political aspect? Well, my response to that is, yo, was they always rich? Was they always athletes? Wasn't their journey? Wasn't their beginning? I say that to say, like, motherfuckers like Steve Harvey slept in his car. You feel me? He was sleeping in his car. Tiffany Haddish. Bitch was homeless. Dipping off in the mall bathrooms to wash her ass and get refreshed for the day. Changing clothes in the mall bathroom or wherever. Public bathroom. Going back to her car, getting to it. You would never know. It's like, it's so many stories like that. Tommy Davis. Boy was a fucking orphan. And then he got adopted by some white folk because his mom was strung out and his pops wasn't there. And this was during the 60s. And boy, he had to go through it. That's the comedian, if y'all didn't know, Tommy Davis. So many people, bro. So I say all that to say, even though they got they famous now or whatever, they still came from these places. You feel me? So they have every right to speak on it. And shame on y'all for being so closed-minded and only thinking about yourself. I'm not judging. It's just crazy that you are okay with paying to see these motherfuckers. You okay with paying to watch these motherfuckers. And then that's all you want to do with that when they still human beings too. They still came from whatever background they came from, and that helped to drive them to get to the next level. You feel me? A lot of humble beginnings. So everybody has, like, does the First Amendment not, speak to everyone? Is that not a right for everybody to have freedom of speech? So, I don't get it. It seems like your motherfuckers is against freedom of speech now. The same patriots screaming at Make America Great or Keep America Great. Whatever. Cool. But pick a side, bro. You know what I'm saying? I say all that to say, you gotta accept the good with the bad if you consider that bad from your perspective. You have to accept it because you're paying to watch it. You're entertained by them. So, you know, yeah, we gonna be moving through these things today. You heard? We gonna be moving right on through. It's gonna be one of those type situations where, you know, I guess I keep y'all watching, man, because I be having a lot of shit to talk about. It's just like my brain don't process all that shit the way I would like. Like the way I think it don't be the way it come out sometimes. So, you know, I'm gonna just keep it going, man. Keep it going. Have y'all ever watched this show? It's on Amazon Prime shit real quick. Anyway, it's a show about like superheroes having very much human instincts, like with shit. Like they don't handle shit like the Justice League. It's like a I don't know, like a bizarre version of the Justice League. To where Superman, this nigga like breast milk. The Superman version, his name is Homelander. Homelander. This nigga got a strange addiction for women's breast milk. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just weird shit, bro. Got one bitch on that shit named Stormfront. Bitch, a whole lot of races. Feel me? It's crazy, bro. But anyway, I was just bringing it up because it really, like, shows, like, I guess the writers of this shit was trying to, like, give it some symbolism. So, they catered a lot to, like, how the different perspectives of the average American is in that show within these superheroes. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, like in a whole bunch of shows that's, you know, prime time or whatever the case, whatever the case may be, there's always one black main character amongst a whole bunch of white people. Don't want to make it about this too much, but it's just funny. Homelander remind me of Trump. I'm starting to fuck with Trump, so I'm not going to be on that. I just, you know, I'm getting more informed about what he's doing. But he got like supposedly this platinum proposal to where he giving over like wild bread, like a billion plus to black communities, bro. So I say that to say I might be fucking with Trump because he one of the first presidents where he didn't leave nothing to an excuse. You know, he came in, said, yo, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna be me, respect it or check it, and he did that. Most presidents can't say they was able to do that. And if they did, they got shot. So I respect that. Yeah, he might be a pussy grabber. He may even be a little bit of a racist, but I'm looking at results. So I'm going to be following that situation a little bit more closely. And I may even a whole lot change my perspective on it. Because right now I'm neutral. I'm just gathering more information on the man to make an informed decision. You feel me? So be on the look for that. Now, yo, it was just one situation. Let me pull it up right quick. Pull this thing up right quick. But it's like motherfuckers is dead ass like being around people and like people. If you know, you know. And dying. It'll be one of us around them and then they die. You dig? Like that one chick. She went and spent the weekend with a whole bunch of her friends. They was all European. And then she ended up dead. And nobody knew how she ended up dead. It was two instances like that where females, like me and myself, like the same hue as myself, who pulled up with their European counterparts, their friends, to have a good time. And motherfuckers ended up dead. It was another chick, ended up face down in the pool with some shit. And nobody knew how she drowned. It's just weird, bro. I say that to say, y'all better be careful out there, man. Be aware of who you deciding to be comfortable around. Because when it's all said and done, your ass could end up dead. And nobody will be the wiser as to what happened. At least to get you some justice that you rightfully deserve. You feel me? So, be careful who you getting too comfortable around, man. But let me find this joint real quick. I gotta find this article. Get with me, man. Oh, and shout out to Mark Cuban. I know there was a lot of other people in the past with that Delonte West situation. Like, that brother really out there, you feel me, going through the most. You feel me? Like, he's definitely suffering, going through his mental health problems. And it's crazy how all his NBA brethren just left him out there like that. Shout out to those who help behind closed doors. This ain't for you. This is for folks who dead ass seen him, and you know, they just like, oh, he'll be alright. Yeah, until he dead. He'll be alright until he dead. So shout out to Mark Cuban for doing whatever he did. I didn't really, you know, look into it. Alright, so here you go. Now the website is on All About the Laughs. This is the article involving Naya Rivera's 25-year-old sister and ex-husband, Ryan Dorsey, inseparable since her passing, now living together to raise son. Now, I'm not going to sit here and, you know, try to paint a picture for y'all, be biased, but just hear me out. I'm going to read the article and y'all come to your own conclusion, right? So, I'm going to just, you know, peruse through that thing. Grief brings many to make certain decisions in order to navigate through. Paris, please go upstairs. Go upstairs, y'all. Please. Follow it. Where was I at, man? To navigate through life moving forward as everything changes after the death of a close loved one. In July, many more were rocked by the news of the drowning death of Glee actress. This is a Glee actress like that. I ain't even read the article like you know, like I just seen this, saved it, and then I get back to it. But Glee actress Naya Rivera, while boating with her son, 5-year-old Josie Hollis, on Lake Peru in California. Her passing was undoubtedly shifted the life of her young son, who now has to face life without his mother and the rest of her family and loved ones as they continue to cope with the loss. Naya Rivera was co-parenting son Jose with her ex-husband, 37-year-old actor Ryan Dorsey. The two briefly dated in 2010 before splitting, and then reconnected in 2014 after a split with rapper Big Sean. On July 19, 2014, Dorsey's birthday, the two married and shortly after announced they were respect. Alright, let me speed past it. This shit is boring as hell. I'm one of those type of guys. After 2 years of marriage, the pair will call it quits. First separated in October of 2017. The divorce was finalized in June of 2018, and the pair shared joint custody of their child. However, due to her untimely death, sole custody was granted to Dorsey. Where the fuck? Why they not giving me the meat and potatoes, man? Pause. How did she die? After, right? He's been getting help, and that's been helping along. Now, it does say, it don't show how she died. Y'all can look that up. Her name was, Naya Rivera. Now, I'm skimming down the article now, bro. This shit is boring. But, y'all can find it. It's on allaboutLabs.com. I don't know how reputable the source is. This is only for entertainment purposes. And, you know, y'all can do your own research. I'm just showing y'all where to look for it, and then y'all go from there, right? So, apparently the sister started fucking with the husband, you feel me, after her sister died. And they've been raising the son together. So she had an untimely accident, and her sister stepped in to fill in, I guess, you know. But it's like, what's that about? Was it unjust? Was this a lineup? Who knows? You feel me? It's being reported as moved in with this bitch. That's your boy, the widow. Even though they did divorce, Ryan Dorsey moved in with the model, the little sister of the dead bitch. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? My bad. You know, I'm just, for lack of words, that's just, no disrespectful, you know, whatever. You dig? So, that was the end of that article. So I guess it was just to raise speculation, but you know, y'all have your mind of your own. I don't even know, you know, it just looked like on the surface that the bitch died and her sister stepped in. Maybe it's a backstory to that. I don't know. Were they fucking around beforehand? You dig what I'm saying? Like, who knows? So, you know. Shout out to LeBron James. Let's do that. Shout out to LeBron fucking James, B. He's the GOAT, bro. This is Mr. Nice Guy's opinion on that. I feel like LeBron James is the GOAT of all this shit because of his on-court feats as well as So where I was at? Yeah, LeBron James. So, LeBron James is definitely the GOAT for this shit, not just for what he did on court, but what he did off court too, man.
James may be headed to the Lakers, but if today was any indication, Ohio still holds a big place in his heart.
Of course it does. James today opening a school in Akron. That's his hometown. Sports anchor Ryan Field here with more on why this school is so special to him. Ryan?
Bill, Diana, to give you an idea of just how big of a deal this was to LeBron.
Like, it's no comparison, bro. Like, hear me out, right? Granted, people always say, well, Jordan, every time he went to the finals, he won. True. I'm not going to get into that because we already know all of that. All I'm simply saying is LeBron James is more impactful to the culture than any other NBA athlete I've seen in my 32 years of living. Like, he's so inspiring, bro. I gotta give that man his flowers while he alive, man. LeBron is inspiring, bro. He came from humble beginnings as well. His mom's had to work 3 jobs in Ohio, man. I can only imagine how those times was, man. That man, he showed you that a black man could get into a status that is like worldwide infamy, right? And still be faithful to his wife, for all I know. Because it's either he is being faithful to his wife or that man is diabolical with his creeping. You feel me? Either way, he's a GOAT. Because we didn't find out about it yet. So, he's faithful to his wife. Good father to his kids. Opening up schools in urban communities. Giving back to his own community. Voicing and using his platform to raise awareness on certain things that he finds to be important, which a lot of us find to be important as well. So dope, man. And then he's unapologetic about it. Say what you want about that man, but he the leader of the new school, man. In that area, in that arena. And I ain't mad at it, B. I ain't mad at it, man. You feel me? Everywhere he go, he make he revitalize the franchise, bro. That man do what he want when he want, bro. You feel me? It took me a long time to actually be able to say this shit, man. Because I didn't want to accept that he may be more of a GOAT than Jordan. But for me, in my era, like with Jordan, he only gave me them GOAT vibes on the court. And that's cool. LeBron giving me them GOAT vibes on the court and off the court, bro. That's dope, my nigga. And he's still getting his bag. And he's still stepping out there at 37, 38 years of age. And he's the nicest, bro. Granted, it's AD team. We know that. That's he's the future. AD is the future of the Lakers franchise. But LeBron is LeBron. He's the king, man. He's the king. And my favorite player of all time is not LeBron. But he making the argument, man. You feel me? He really making an argument. My favorite player of all time is Kobe. You feel me? First it used to be Jordan, now it's Kobe. But, well, it been Kobe even before he died, bro. That whole Mamba mentality thing, bro, that took me by storm. I was just like, wow. And I was a Kobe hater at that time because nobody could compare to Jordan. And I ain't want to hear it. You feel me? The rain goes. Zero tolerance, kid. But yeah, get that man his flowers, man. And stop being a LeBron hater, man. He did something, just like, you know, Barack came in and did what he did to break records for the culture. I'm talking about the only record that mattered, being the first in this era black president, bro. Everything else he did or didn't do doesn't matter. He was the first black president. I can tell my kid, yeah, you lived during an era that you had, you got to see a black president. We don't know if that's ever going to happen again. And it never happened in my days of living up to this point. So that was dope. Same thing with LeBron, bro. You ain't never seen nothing like that in each era. It's brothers that's showing you their greatness. And you have every right to put them wherever you want to put them on your list if you have one. But LeBron got it, bro. For real, man. Like, let's stop playing, bro. Let's stop playing with it, bro. Cause you gonna miss him when he gone. I'm gonna say that. But you see how we missing Kobe? I'm one of them dudes that I wish I was just a Kobe fan as soon as he came in the league. I wish I was a Kobe fan when he played at Marion. You feel me? With him dying, and then even when he retired in 2016, his last game was phenomenal. I was in prison. Never been to a Kobe game. And I was working down south, and I was working at the arena, and I got to see him play one time, but I ain't never like paid for a seat and enjoyed that greatness, bro. You feel me? So it's like, man, I'm just learning from my mistakes, baby. Shout out to Doc Rivers. Heard he just got fired. It be like that, baby, when you can't produce. You had the super teams, man. Your dad had an all-star team at every phase of your tenure in LA. And you couldn't get it done. It be like that. But that don't take away from your greatness, your prowess. I hope you find another job. You feel me? Because another team is much deserving of what you're going to bring to the table. Shout out to whoever get hired for the head coach position over there in LA for the Clippers. You heard? And now that brings me to this shit. So I got 2 hashtag challenges, right? My first one is hashtag tell me what makes being a dad worth it. You know, so maybe like hashtag dad challenge. You dig what I'm saying? Or something like that. And just show a video of just like 30 seconds to a minute of what you appreciate about being a dad. Like what make that shit worth it. You know, let's start that trend. And then this brings us to my next hashtag. Hashtag long division. So here's my thing, right? This is my experience with this shit. And I realized and I start paying attention. So my wife was helping my stepson do some long division, right? And you know, she didn't remember what she was taught, so she asked me to come help her. So I come downstairs. It was long. First it was multiplication with decimals, then it was division with decimals, and you know I just spell it out, you know, map it out for him. Yeah, this is how you do this with the arrows. If you know, you know. Especially with long division. with decimals, nigga. What's the first thing you do with that? So, you know, so boom. I'm gonna show you. So look, I'm gonna do 4.33 divided by 3. Now, I'm going to put it in the calculator. It is going to be the same answer. So look, I don't know if you can see it, right? That's the math problem. You see it. Right? You see it? Alright. You see it. The answer is 1.44, right? Depending on how many decimal places, 333 after that, infinite. And then this is the answer on the phone. Damn, I don't know why. You can't see it, but nigga, do the math problem. 4.33 divided by 3 is 1.44, bro. You know what I'm saying? So boom. I challenge everybody to give me a simple math problem with decimals involving dividing. And we go from there. Because if you can't solve that with just a pen and paper and your brain, I shouldn't be fucking with you. Because a teacher told me back when I was younger, right? I would think I was in like 2nd, 3rd grade. And you know, I'm like, yo, why the fuck are we doing math? That shit ain't going to apply to nothing in my life when I get older. She like, listen, baby. And she was a black teacher, Miss Jackson. Woo! I am for real. Never meant to make your daughters cry. Pop. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? Miss Jackson. And she was like, baby, don't you know that math is the universal language? And I'm like, fuck you mean? She like, yo, math is the shit that is going to help you to break life down to work in your favor because it builds your critical thinking. Now, she said all of this to a 2nd grader, so of course, you know, I'm paraphrasing. She didn't say it like that because I wouldn't have understood it. I mean, I understood as I got older, you know. But from that point, it was made very clear that I needed the basics of math in order to thrive in life. You feel me? For the sake of critical thinking. So I noticed that people who don't know how to do that shit, and this is not including the people who may have forgotten, need to touch up their shit. I'm talking about motherfuckers who never just knew and got through life, you know, however the best way they could, got in where they fit in. Those are motherfuckers I get into a lot of disagreements with. Stupid motherfuckers. You feel me? So it's like, yo, if you in my clique, like I just showed y'all 2 things if y'all watch this video. I could read out loud, and that's another hashtag. Can you read out loud on camera, motherfucker? If you can't read out loud, cause then you all you unsure and have low self-esteem about reading out loud, cause your ass don't know how to read and shit. You may stumble, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But if your ass can't finish a whole paragraph out loud, I can't fuck with you. If you can't divide simple numbers involving decimals, I can't fuck with you. Because you don't have enough critical thinking to get through life. And I do. So you'll be holding me back. And I can't teach that. I'm not teaching no grown person how to critical think. Feel me? I don't have the time for it. Gotta teach my kids this shit. So, I say that to say that get your money up, not your funny up. Get right. Don't get left, man. You feel me? So, it may not even be that. If you in a situation where you feel like, yo, I got all this value that I bring to a situation and I'm not benefiting from the reciprocity, I chopped that word out. Reciprocation of that. You feel me? That's personal. But you have every right to feel that way, and if you do, change the circumstance, man. Change the people that's the fuck around you that can't even fucking read out loud and do simple division, simple math, my nigga. Because that shit holding you back in the long run, in all honesty. Or if you in a situation where everybody is not as motivated as you to get to a goal, cut them the fuck off, man. Especially if you a black man. Because it's a crab in a barrel mentality going on. And it's like a sickness. COVID is real. But crab in a barrel mentality is much worse. Worse than the Black Plague. You feel me? So, stay in tune, man. Stay in fucking tune. If they not supporting you and you support them, fuck them. Chances are they ass can't read and do math anyway. You ain't got no business around me. You feel me? Because that brings me to my next shit. I heard this one time. See, geniuses, right? Most geniuses are crazy. But because they are geniuses, they're able to understand, basic human psychology. And how, if you be nice, you can get more out of a situation opposed to being a dickhead. But this ain't being a dickhead. This ain't that. Be the genius that you are. And use your mind to get to the next level, bro. Because it's all there for you. This is your world. And that goes for every individual. Your world is what you make it. The world that you decide to live in, make it benefit you by using your mind. So, once again, this is Mr. Nice Guy. I guess you could call this a rant. The takers. Because it's like, I guess it's 2 people in the world, the givers and the takers. I'm a taker. You feel me? I used to be a giver, but I let life, take advantage of circumstances instead of me taking advantage of them. So as a result, I turned into a taker. But I don't take for people. I just take what's mine. Respectfully. And it's given. You feel me? Yeah.
No, like the picture in the room. Yes, the picture of the picture.
Tell her to sit down. Paris, sit down! But yeah, you know the vibes, man. Shout out to Chaz Mixed It. The brother, he's a pretty good and decent engineer. He a cool dude. Y'all can find him on Twitter, IG, as well as Facebook if you still use those platforms. You know, shout out to that. And let's network. Let's elevate. You heard? Once again, it's Mr. Nice Guy. Manversations Now. Episode 4. The Takers. You did. And stay blessed, stay elevated, stay in tune, man. Everything nice. Talk to me nice, you heard? Is that all I got for y'all? Let me double check before I get up out of here. Yeah, that's just about it, man. Stay tuned. I got a special guest coming for episode 5. You heard? Jimmy, Mom Boss Gambino. You know, we're going to do a little interview. It's going to be the Zoom, social distancing, respectfully. And, you know, tune in, man. Let me know if y'all enjoying what I'm bringing to the table, because it's a two-way street. I mean, I don't really give a fuck as a final conclusion, which I think, but, excuse me, I am aware enough to know that our point of view does matter to a certain extent. So, you know, let's just keep elevating, man. Once again, since I don't have nothing else to say, this is Mr. Nice Guy, Manversations Now, episode 4, The Takers. Hope y'all enjoy. Episode 5 coming soon, right?
You smoking reefers?
Yeah, of course we are. Can't you smell it?
No, Sam. I can't.
Come on, Dewey. Join the party.
No, Dewey. You don't want this. Get out of here.
You know what? I don't want no hangover. I can't get no hangover.
It doesn't give you a hangover.
Well, I'll get addicted to it or something?
It's not habit forming.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. I don't want to overdose on it.
You can't OD on it.
It's not going to make me want to have sex, is it?
It makes sex even better.